Hey guys, so I thought I would answer a question that I've gotten mostly via email lately, which because I've shared my experience with psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis, a lot of people are wondering if keto helps either of those conditions. So both psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis are autoimmune disorders. They're related to each other in that a certain percentage of people who have psoriasis also get psoriatic arthritis. So a lot of times people think of psoriasis as a skin disease, but it's an autoimmune disorder where your body's attacking its cells, which kind of presents itself on the skin. But really it's a much deeper issue than just skin. And then psoriatic arthritis is similar. In my case, at least, there's different varieties, but similar to rheumatoid arthritis in that I have the destructive kind of psoriatic arthritis that without medication, my joints will deform and destruct. So I've had both of them for almost 20 years at this point. I got the psoriasis when I was 18, and then 6 months later, I got the arthritis. I actually was home from college one summer. Woke up one day and I couldn't move any muscles in my body. My dad has psoriasis, so usually it is genetic. And so he kind of knew what was going on. And ever since I was diagnosed, I've been on different medications. So usually methotrexate with a combination of a biologic. So examples of biologics include Humira, Enbrel. Those were the first couple that I was on. And then I was on Remicade, which is an IV versus a syringe. Like the Enbrel and the Humira, you give yourself a shot. And the IV version, the Remicade, I was actually in for almost 7 years, so a long time. But I just went off of it because it stopped working for me. Your body builds up antibodies and so they'll all stop working at some point. 7 years was the longest anything's ever worked. So that was really exciting. But it doesn't work anymore. So actually this week on Wednesday, I started Cosentyx, which is another biologic. So that one I'm going to be giving myself 2 shots a week at the same time. So I did one in each thigh. 2 shots a week for 5 weeks for a loading dose, and then I will go to 2 shots in one day per month. So that's the one I'm starting. So a long intro to my answer, does keto help psoriasis or psoriatic arthritis? Is for me, keto 100% helps. Like everything else, autoimmune disorders, inflammation, I believe really begins in the gut, and getting systematic inflammation in your body controlled will allow you and allow your medications to work better. I would never say that keto is a replacement for the medications that I'm on. Like I said, have a very destructive form of psoriatic arthritis. There's no way I would rely on just my diet to control that. But as a part of my treatment plan, I do feel like an anti-inflammatory diet makes a huge difference. There was a time before I started keto that I was wondering whether or not I had Crohn's disease or not, because a lot of people who have autoimmune disorders, they tend to collect them. You tend to get more of them. And I thought that might have been what was happening. And so I was having a lot of issues where I just felt a lot of inflammation in my gut. And so my first step was to go gluten-free, helped a little bit, not enough, and then keto was my next step. And so it has made a huge difference almost immediately in that inflammation that I had in my gut. It's made me feel a million times better. And when this last round, when the Remicade was not working anymore, basically, I was able to hold on a lot longer. In the past, when a medication stopped working, I would go downhill pretty quick in terms of soreness, exhaustion, visible swelling on all my joints, and then the skin usually would follow in terms of being angry and inflamed. And that was really kept to a minimum during this period of switching medications, which is always a scary time when you have one that's worked for so long and that you've liked, and now you have to wait and see if a new one's going to start. So I don't know if Cosentyx is going to work for me. I won't know that for a minimum of 5 weeks. A lot of times they like to give medicines 3 months. So let's say it doesn't work after 3 months, then I'll have been off of that medication for quite a long time, and it's quite possible that my joints would really freak out. I believe that the keto helps keep me in the lowest possible state of inflammation. So I feel like I'm really fighting back and doing everything I can to keep my body in a state that it's not inflamed, and then the medicine is supplementing that and doing the rest. So I think it helps hugely. I think if you are new to keto and, for example, you have visible psoriasis plaques on your skin, when I was eating sugar and inflammatory foods, those would often be really red and angry. And as soon as I started eating a keto type, this was back when I was doing Atkins, so a little bit different, but once that was the first time I cut out sugar. So when I cut out sugar, within a week or two, immediately you could see that the skin was less angry looking. Just getting all those inflammatory foods out of your body you will be able to tell a difference from the outside, but you'll really be able to feel a difference from the inside. Get past that first initial state where your body's really detoxing from all that is sugar and carbs that are built up in there. That's not going to be necessarily the most fun part. I have lots of tips on my page of how to manage your electrolytes and get through that period. But if you're brand new and wondering if you should start this, I would say absolutely start keto to help with your psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis. There's also other autoimmune protocol. There's an autoimmune paleo protocol and some others that are out there. So you can look and see which one will fit best for you. I never try to talk people into keto. I just like to tell them what my experience has been. But as someone who has had really rough years with psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis, and I'll put a link down below of kind of that journey if you want to read it. It's long, but might be interested. Then you can see kind of all the different things that I've been through. And I really do believe that it can make a huge difference. Again, not in place of medication, but as making sure you're doing everything you can to supplement what the medication is doing. So I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions about my experience with psoriasis, psoriatic arthritis, and the keto diet, you can leave comments down below. And thanks for watching.